Hi, I'm Katie, the Chief Customer Officer at Storypark. At Storypark, children's digital safety has always been at the heart of what we do. But like many across the early childhood education and care sector in Australia, recent events have prompted us to pause, to reflect more deeply, and to reevaluate our contribution to this highly important topic. And from those reflections came a powerful guiding question: what does a holistic, community-led approach to children's digital safety look like? It emerged from reflecting on the way we've always worked, in partnership with our customers and their communities, large and small. We believe it's more valuable to shape a solution with the sector, not just for it. So why a community-led approach? Well, we believe that this is a conversation that the ECE community is well placed to have. We've seen it time and time again that early childhood environments are rich with empathy, understanding, and respect, not just as values, but as daily lived practices. So it makes sense that these values should guide an approach to children's digital safety too. We've seen earlier ideas of cybersecurity be quite narrow, exclusionary, placing the responsibility and knowledge on just a few people. That creates a spectrum, particularly in ECE. On one end, we have people who feel unsure, they're intimidated, they don't know about digital safety, and they may say, look, I'm not great with technology. And on the other end, there's a belief that it's someone else's job, and you might hear phrases like, well, that's not my responsibility. But connection, curiosity, and care already define our sector, and we believe they can guide us to a stronger shared approach to digital safety, where everyone has a valid role. A community-led approach means that it isn't just the responsibility of the IT teams or the tech-savvy people. It's an ongoing collective effort where everyone brings something valuable to the table. And that includes our organisational leaders, our service managers, our educators, our administrators, the IT teams and technical experts, our parents and the extended families, as well as software partners like Storypark. When everyone participates, we can identify and bridge gaps in knowledge and experience. It means that people are more motivated because they understand why digital safety matters. The expertise of each group is shared and respected. People feel confident speaking up and asking questions. And when expectations are clear, everyone knows their role and how others contribute. When this happens, no one needs to ask, what are the educators doing? Or what's the software partner doing? Because it's transparent, collaborative, and shared. And what are we protecting? Well, before we go further into this approach and what it looks like, I think it's important to take a moment to remind ourselves, what exactly are we protecting when we talk about children's digital safety? In the Queensland Guidelines for Implementing Child Safety Standards, children and young people shared what feeling safe means to them. What they said really resonated with us. You can be yourself. You feel welcomed. Feeling safe is a warm feeling. It's not just physical, it's social, emotional, and mental. And you have a sense of ease. At Storypark, we've chosen to focus on 4 key areas of digital safety. So what does our community-led approach look like in practice? It plays across those 4 interconnected areas: content creation and storage, user management, device management, and digital platforms. Each of these areas has an associated set of child safeguarding practices and mindsets that both encourage people to do the right thing and help to prevent people from doing harm. Because as the saying goes, children may forget what we say, but they never miss what we model. It's important that these practices become part of our routines so that when people in a child's environment change, when leaders, volunteers, or educators move on, for example, the commitment to safety does not. And this is why a layered approach matters. There's no single solution that ensures children's digital safety. There's no one feature or policy or ban that will be enough on its own. Instead, we need a layered approach that brings it all together, with multiple features and tools, clear policies and procedures, community dialogue, ongoing support and knowledge sharing, and practical actions and mindsets. Combine these create a safety framework that's resilient, sustainable, and community focused. Where does our framework come from? Well, this framework doesn't solely come from us. It's informed by expert resources, regulations, research, and the generous feedback from the leaders, administrators, educators, and families who use Storypark. We are committed to continuing to learn and shape our approach with their guidance. Among many excellent resources, for those getting started or wanting a refresh on this topic, we recommend the NQF Online Safety Guide, the NQF Child Safe Culture Guide, and the eSafety Checklist for early learning services. Now, Storypark's place in this framework is as a software provider. We're one part of this community-led approach. Our role includes knowledge sharing about best practice in user and device management, supporting services with ongoing training and tools to build confidence in digital literacy, participating in child safeguarding and child protection processes where appropriate, and reviewing and evolving our platform. We know we're just one piece of the puzzle, and that's exactly the point, because when we build digital safety together across roles, organisations, and communities, everyone benefits. Most importantly, children benefit. So what does reviewing and evolving at Storypark look like? In regards to digital safety, and with respect to the upcoming NQF safety changes, we have been and will continue to explore ways to ensure Storypark is used in a secure and centre-controlled environment, as well as assisting services to facilitate good digital behaviours. To be more impactful, we wanted to keep a tight focus and address the following focus areas. Reviewing the processes around introducing new educators to Storypark to highlight children's digital safety. Supporting services who want to restrict who and how Storypark is used. We've recently introduced support for both SSO and MFA as a first step in this area. Where possible, we'll also encourage services to take full advantage of any existing managed device programs already in place. We're also looking at how we can make it easier for educators to follow secure and effective practices when using shared devices, supporting services in managing safe use, storage, and deletion of media involving children. As a first step here, we've recently expanded our guidance for interacting with our support team to ensure child privacy is protected. We don't view this as a one-time conversation, as an ongoing commitment to reflection, shared responsibility, and meaningful collaboration. Over the coming weeks, we'll begin to share practical resources that can support you in the 4 focus areas of a community-led approach to children's digital safety. Keep your eye out for them. So let's keep asking, what does a holistic community-led approach to children's digital safety look like? And let's keep discussing it together. Thank you.